Welcome to Afro Think Tank University. Today's lesson is about to begin, so get ready to learn something new. Let's dive in. After graduating from their lesson on emergency funds, Amari and Zuri traveled to a brand new section of Afro Think Tank University known as the Banking District. Towering futuristic banks stretched into the sky, with glowing vaults, flying delivery drones, and digital money flowing through holographic networks above the streets. Zuri had always believed that when people deposited money into a bank, it simply stayed locked inside a giant vault. Amari smiled and explained that today's lesson would reveal one of the biggest secrets in finance: what really happens to your money after you deposit it into a bank. Dialogue. Zuri: wow, this place is incredible. I've never seen so many banks in one place. Amari: welcome to the banking district where money is constantly moving and helping people every day. Zuri: I've always wondered, when I put money into a bank, does it just sit inside a giant vault? Amari: that's what many people think, but the truth is much more interesting. Zuri: so my money doesn't just stay in one place? Amari: not exactly. Banks have an important job that helps families, businesses, and entire communities. Zuri: really? I thought banks only kept people's money safe. Amari: they do keep it safe, but they also help money move through the economy in ways most people never see. Zuri: so my money can actually help other people? Amari: it can, and you'll soon discover exactly how that works. Zuri: I can't wait to find out. Amari: then let's step inside and uncover the journey your money takes after you make a deposit. Amari and Zuri stepped into the deposit chamber, where every bank deposit began its journey. Zuri placed a glowing coin into a transparent deposit portal, expecting it to fall into a giant vault. Instead, the coin transformed into streams of brilliant digital light that traveled through secure banking networks across the city. Amari explained that when people deposit money into a bank, it becomes part of a secure financial system. While the bank keeps enough money available for customers to withdraw, it also uses deposits to help provide loans and support economic activity. Even though the money is working within the banking system, customers can still access the funds in their accounts according to the bank's policies and available balance. Dialogue. Zuri: my coin disappeared. Did the bank lose my money? Amari: not at all. Your money just entered the banking system. Zuri: I thought it would simply sit inside a giant vault. Amari: that's a common idea, but banks do much more than store money. Zuri: so where is my money going? Amari: it's now part of a secure system that helps banks serve millions of customers every day. Zuri: does that mean the bank spends my money? Amari: banks use deposits as part of their overall operations, including making loans, while also keeping reserves and following banking regulations. Zuri: but I can still use my money when I need it? Amari: absolutely. Your account keeps track of your balance, and banks are designed so customers can access their money under normal banking conditions. Zuri: so my money is safe and useful at the same time? Amari: exactly. Instead of sitting still, your deposit becomes part of a system that helps people save, borrow, and build businesses. Zuri: I never realized a simple deposit could do so much. Amari: and we've only just begun exploring how banks make all of that possible. Amari and Zuri climbed into transparent transport pods and entered the digital money highway, where glowing streams of digital money raced through secure banking networks at incredible speeds. Instead of seeing piles of cash moving from place to place, they watched encrypted data travel between banks, homes, businesses, ATMs, smartphones, and stores. Amari explained that today, most money moves electronically rather than as physical cash. Every time someone uses a debit card, receives direct deposit, pays a bill online, or transfers money through a banking app, secure digital systems help move that money safely and quickly. Dialogue. Zuri: this is amazing. The money is moving faster than any car I've ever seen. Amari: that's because most modern banking happens electronically. Zuri: so people aren't carrying bags of cash everywhere? Amari: not usually. Most payments today move as secure digital information between banks. Zuri: is that what happens when I use a debit card? Amari: exactly. Your bank securely sends payment information to complete the purchase. Zuri: what about when someone gets paid from their job? Amari: many employers use direct deposit to send paychecks straight into employees' bank accounts. Zuri: and when I pay a bill with my phone? Amari: that's another example of digital banking. Your payment travels through secure banking networks in just seconds. Zuri: it all happens so quickly. Amari: speed is one advantage, security is another. Banks use advanced technology to help protect digital transactions. Zuri, so my money can move across the city or even across the country without me carrying cash. Amari, exactly. Digital banking makes it easier for people, businesses, and communities to exchange money safely and efficiently. Zuri, I never realized how much work happens behind the scenes every time someone pays for something. Amari, that's the hidden highway that keeps the modern economy moving. Amari and Zuri entered the lending center, where thousands of holographic loan requests floated through the air. Some came from families hoping to buy a home. Others came from college students, entrepreneurs starting businesses, and people financing cars or improving their homes. As each qualified loan was approved, glowing streams of energy flowed from the bank into homes, schools, and businesses throughout the city. Amari explained that banks do more than protect deposits. They also lend money to qualified borrowers who agree to repay the loan over time, usually with interest. Responsible lending helps people reach important goals while supporting economic growth. Dialogue. Zuri, there are so many different loan requests. Amari, everyone represents someone trying to accomplish an important goal. Zuri, that family wants to buy their first home. Amari, and that entrepreneur wants to open a new business. Zuri, I even see students applying for education. Amari, many people borrow money to pay for college or career training. Zuri, so a loan is money you borrow and promise to pay back? Amari, exactly. The borrower agrees to repay the money over time, usually with interest. Zuri, why does the bank charge interest? Amari, interest helps cover the cost of lending money and the risks involved. We'll learn much more about interest in the next part of our journey. Zuri, so loans can help people achieve goals they couldn't afford all at once. Amari, they can, when used responsibly and when the borrower has a plan to repay them. Zuri, and when businesses receive loans, they can grow and hire more people. Amari, that's right, responsible lending can help strengthen communities and create new opportunities. Zuri, I never realized banks helped build so many dreams. Amari, behind every responsible loan is the possibility of a stronger future. Amari and Zuri stepped into the interest generator, where a massive Afro-futurist machine transformed time into glowing streams of energy called interest. The machine split into two pathways. On one side, money placed into savings accounts slowly grew brighter as interest was added over time. On the other side, borrowed money flowed through a different channel, where interest increased the total amount that had to be repaid. Amari explained that interest can work in two very different ways. When you save money, interest can help your money grow. When you borrow money, interest becomes the cost of using someone else's money. Understanding the difference helps people make smarter financial decisions. Dialogue. Zuri, why does the machine have two different paths? Amari, because interest can either help you or cost you. Zuri, how can it help me? Amari, when you keep money in certain savings accounts, the bank may pay you interest. That means your savings can grow over time. Zuri, so the bank actually adds money to my account? Amari, in many savings accounts, yes. The amount depends on the account and the interest rate. Zuri, and the red path? Amari, that's what happens when you borrow money. You repay the loan plus interest. Zuri, so interest is the price of borrowing? Amari, exactly. Zuri, that means I'd rather earn interest than pay it. Amari, that's a great goal. The more you save and invest wisely, the more you can put interest to work for you instead of against you. Zuri, so time helps my savings grow, but it can also make a loan cost more. Amari, that's why understanding interest is one of the most important lessons in personal finance. Zuri, I never knew one word could have two completely different meanings depending on what you're doing with your money. Amari, and now you know one of the biggest secrets to building wealth. Learn when to earn interest and when to avoid paying more than necessary. Amari and Zuri entered the security vault, the most protected room in the entire banking district. Massive steel vault doors stood alongside biometric scanners, security drones, encrypted computer networks, and advanced monitoring systems working together around the clock. Through a transparent display, Zuri could see that banks protect both physical money and digital account information. Amari explained that modern banks invest heavily in security because customers trust them to safeguard not only their money, but also their personal financial information. Protecting that trust is one of a bank's most important responsibilities. Dialogue. Zuri, this vault is incredible. It looks like something from the future. Amari, modern banks use many layers of security to help protect their customers. Zuri, I see giant vault doors, cameras, and even security drones. Amari, those help protect physical money and important areas inside the bank. Zuri, what about my bank account on my phone? Amari, that's protected too. Banks use encryption, secure computer systems, identity verification, and fraud monitoring to help keep digital accounts safe. Zuri, so they're protecting more than just cash. Amari, exactly. They're also protecting your personal information and financial records. Zuri, what happens if someone tries to access an account that isn't theirs? Amari, banks have systems designed to detect unusual activity and help stop unauthorized access. Customers also play an important role by creating strong passwords and protecting their account information. Zuri, so keeping money safe is a team effort. Amari, it is. Banks provide security and customers help by using smart banking habits. Zuri, I never realized how much technology worked behind the scenes. Amari, every secure login, every protected transaction, and every alert helps keep the banking system trustworthy. Zuri, that makes me feel much more confident about using a bank. Amari, and confidence is built on strong security. Amari and Zuri entered the Community Growth Lab, where an entire holographic city floated above a giant circular platform. As the bank approved responsible loans and financial services, glowing streams of energy spread throughout the miniature city. New homes appeared, small businesses opened their doors, schools expanded, parks were built, hospitals welcomed patients, and new jobs became available. Amari explained that banks don't just help individual people, they also help entire communities grow. When money is managed responsibly, it can support new opportunities that benefit many families at once. Dialogue. Zuri, the whole city is changing right before our eyes. Amari, watch what happens every time the bank helps fund a responsible project. Zuri, a new neighborhood just appeared. Amari, families can buy homes and builders create jobs while constructing them. Zuri, that grocery store wasn't there a second ago. Amari, businesses often use loans to open, expand, and hire more workers. Zuri, I see a new school too. Amari, growing communities need schools, hospitals, roads, and other important services. Zuri, so one responsible loan can help a lot of people. Amari, exactly. A business loan might create jobs. A home loan helps families build stability. An education loan can help someone develop new skills. Zuri, everything seems connected. Amari, that's one of the biggest lessons about banking. Money doesn't just sit still. It helps communities grow when it's used responsibly. Zuri, so banks help people, and people help communities. Amari, right. Strong communities are built when responsible borrowers, responsible banks, and hardworking people all work together. Zuri, I never knew a bank could help shape an entire city. Amari, every thriving community depends on people making wise financial decisions. Amari and Zuri entered the Smart Borrowing Simulator, where two life-size simulations unfolded side by side. On one path, a student borrowed only what was needed, created a repayment plan, and made every payment on time. As the simulation progressed, new opportunities appeared, better credit, lower borrowing costs, and more financial choices. On the other path, another student borrowed more than they could comfortably repay and ignored their payment schedule. The simulator showed financial stress growing over time as missed payments led to fewer options. Amari explained that borrowing itself is not good or bad. What matters is borrowing responsibly and having a realistic plan to repay what you borrow. Dialogue. Zuri, both students borrowed money, but their futures turned out completely different. Amari, the difference wasn't the loan, it was how they managed it. Zuri, the student on the left only borrowed what was needed. Amari, and they planned ahead before accepting the loan. Zuri, they also made every payment on time. Amari, consistently making payments helps build a strong financial reputation. Zuri, the student on the right, borrowed much more. Amari, and without a plan, the payments became difficult to manage. Zuri, I can see how one decision led to another. Amari, financial choices often create long-term consequences. Zuri, so borrowing isn't something to fear. Amari, no. Responsible borrowing can help people buy homes, pay for education, or start businesses. Zuri, but borrowing without thinking ahead can create problems. Amari, exactly. Before borrowing, always ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I comfortably repay it? Zuri, that seems like a smart habit to build. Amari, it is. Wise borrowing opens doors. Careless borrowing can close them. Zuri, I understand now. A loan is a tool, and like any tool, it should be used wisely. Amari, that's one of the most important lessons in personal finance. Amari and Zuri stepped into the banking network hub, where a giant holographic globe floated in the center of the room. Bright streams of light connected banks, businesses, homes, ATMs, and smartphones across the world. Every time someone sent money, bought something online, used a debit card, or received a paycheck, Another stream of light traveled instantly across the globe. Amari explained that banks are connected through secure financial networks that allow money to move quickly and safely between people, businesses, and countries. These systems make everyday banking possible, whether someone is shopping locally or sending money across the world. Dialogue. Zuri, look at all those glowing connections. They're everywhere. Amari, each one represents money moving through secure banking networks. Zuri, so when someone buys something at a store, the money travels through these networks? Amari, exactly. The bank verifies the payment, securely processes it, and transfers the money. Zuri, what if someone sends money to a family member in another country? Amari, banks and payment networks work together to help move money safely across long distances. Zuri, it happens so quickly. Amari, modern technology allows many transactions to be completed in seconds or minutes instead of days or weeks. Zuri, so even though we can't see it, money is constantly moving. Amari, that's right, millions of secure transactions happen every day around the world. Zuri, and all of this has to stay protected while it's moving. Amari, exactly. Security and verification help make sure money reaches the right place. Zuri, I never imagined banks were connected like one giant global system. Amari, that's one reason modern banking is so powerful. It connects people, businesses, and communities across the world. Zuri, so every time I use my bank card, I'm using this giant network. Amari, you are. It's one of the invisible systems that helps keep the global economy moving every single day. Amari and Zuri entered the Wealth Builder Center, where a magnificent glowing wealth tree stood at the center of the room. Around the tree floated holographic tools labeled Save, Budget, Invest, Protect, and Grow. Every time a student made a smart financial decision, the tree grew taller, its branches became stronger, and golden fruit appeared. Amari explained that banks are powerful financial tools, but they work best when combined with good money habits. Saving consistently, budgeting wisely, and using banking services responsibly can help people build wealth over time. Dialogue. Zuri, the wealth tree keeps growing every time someone makes a smart choice. Amari, that's because wealth is built one good decision at a time. Zuri, I see different tools floating around the tree. Amari, each one represents a habit that helps people build a stronger financial future. Zuri, saving, budgeting, investing, protecting, they all work together. Amari, exactly. Banks provide many of the tools, but your decisions determine how well those tools work. Zuri, so just having a bank account doesn't automatically make someone wealthy. Amari, that's right. A bank account is a tool. It's how you use it that matters. Zuri, every golden fruit represents a financial goal? Amari, yes. Buying a home, paying for education, starting a business, traveling, or preparing for retirement all begin with smart financial habits. Zuri, the tree didn't grow all at once. Amari, just like real wealth, it grew gradually through patience and consistency. Zuri, so every time I save a little, stick to my budget, or make a smart banking decision, I'm helping my own wealth tree grow. Amari, exactly. Small choices today can become big opportunities tomorrow. Zuri, I think I understand now. Banks don't create wealth for people. Amari, they provide the tools. Your knowledge, discipline, and habits are what turn those tools into lasting wealth. From the top of the Future Economy Observatory, Amari and Zuri looked out over a breathtaking, futuristic world. Below them, glowing rivers of light carried money between workers, families, businesses, banks, schools, hospitals, governments, and countries across the globe. Every smart financial decision made by millions of people helped the entire system shine brighter. Amari explained that banks are part of a much larger economy. When people save responsibly, borrow wisely, invest carefully, and use banking tools wisely, they don't just improve their own lives, they help strengthen communities and economies everywhere. Dialogue. Zuri, it's incredible. The whole world looks connected. Amari, it is. Every person who earns, saves, spends, or invests becomes part of the economy. Zuri, I can actually see the money flowing between families, businesses, and banks. Amari, those connections represent millions of financial decisions happening every day. Zuri, so when a business grows, it can hire more workers. Amari, exactly. Those workers earn money, support their families, and spend money at other businesses. Zuri, and the cycle continues. Amari, that's how healthy economies grow, through millions of responsible choices working together. Zuri, I never realized that my financial decisions could affect other people. Amari, they can. Every smart decision helps strengthen the community around you. Zuri, so saving, budgeting, and responsible banking aren't just personal habits. Amari, they're habits that help build stronger neighborhoods, stronger businesses, and stronger nations. Zuri, it's amazing that something as simple as managing my money wisely can have such a big impact. Amari, that's the power of financial literacy. One informed person can improve their future, and millions of informed people can help improve the world. Zuri, I feel like I'm seeing the entire economy for the first time. Amari, and now you're ready for the final lesson of today's journey. As the sun set over Afro think tank University, Amari and Zuri returned to the graduation terrace overlooking the entire banking district. Behind them, glowing holograms replayed everything they had learned, from making a deposit and watching money travel through digital networks to understanding loans, interest, security, and how banks help communities grow. A glowing monument stood in the center of the terrace with the words, "Knowledge creates opportunity." As students across the campus applauded, holographic diplomas floated gently into Amari's and Zuri's hands. Amari reminded everyone that banks are powerful financial tools, but true wealth comes from making wise financial decisions. With knowledge, discipline, and good habits, anyone can begin building a stronger financial future. Dialogue. Zuri, I never imagined there was so much happening every time someone used a bank. Amari, most people only see the building. Now you've seen the entire system behind it. Zuri, I learned that banks protect money, move money, make loans, and help communities grow. Amari, and you discovered that banks are tools for building opportunities. Zuri, I also learned the difference between earning interest and paying interest. Amari, that's one of the most valuable lessons in personal finance. Zuri, and borrowing isn't bad as long as it's done responsibly. Amari, exactly. Smart choices today create more opportunities tomorrow. Zuri, I think my favorite lesson was seeing how everyone's financial decisions help strengthen entire communities. Amari, that's the power of financial literacy. Your decisions can improve not only your future, but also the lives of others. Zuri, so banks don't build wealth by themselves. Amari, no. People build wealth by using banking tools wisely, making good decisions, and staying committed to their goals. Zuri, I'm proud to graduate from another lesson at Afro Think Tank University. Amari, you've earned it. And our journey is just getting started. Zuri, where are we going next? Amari, next we'll discover one of the most important financial tools adults use every day, credit, and learn how it can open doors when used wisely or create problems when misused. Zuri, I can't wait. Amari, until then, remember, both knowledge, wealth, legacy, learn something, teach something. Thanks for learning with Afro Think Tank University. Keep thinking, keep asking questions, and we'll see you in the next lesson.